Whiskey friends, far and wide, we are live. It is Tasty Tuesday. I'm Eric, your humble malt muser. Beaming the Whiskey Tube signal from Chicago, Illinois, my hometown. What is good, everybody? Happy Tuesday. Nice to see folks again. Another week in the books, 2022, as we roll along here in September. We got a good peat-laden show for folks to go on today. I got two whiskeys. We'll get into the featured whiskey in just a minute. I'm starting my night off with a little bit of a Glencaddam 10 to just set the palate, get me in the mood for a couple drams. Care to join me? What do you got in your glass? Let me know in the chat, as always. And, of course, hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't. Would love to have you on board. And let me know where you are joining us from so I can give you a shout out. Let's start. Who is ponied up? First in the door tonight, it's Mr. French up in Duluth, Minnesota. Hello, sir. Nice to see you, man. Buffalo's in the house. Keen dreams. Cheers, buddy. Los Angeles. Our good friend, Mr. James Chang. How you doing, James? Nice to see you. Oh, and that didn't take too long. The football talk has begun. French, I don't want to hear it. My Packers laid an egg up in Minnesota. We bounce back this week against the Bears. I hope. Jupiter, Florida's in the house. Kilchoman, San Egg to sip with you tonight. How you doing, Mr. Gerbic? Nice to see you, sir. Talking about Buffalo. Bucks did well against Dallas. They did. Yeah, Dallas looks awful. Jags fan at heart. That's tough goings right there, buddy. Donner Pass at work for another hour. Crazy day. Fire that started 8 days ago blew up big again today. Very smoky. Come on. You stay safe, Donner Pass. That is unfortunate news to be hearing. Sorry to hear that, man. I hope you and yours are staying safe out there in California. What else we got going on? I have not had Lagavulin 12. Okay, well, you're in the right place. He is closer to Tampa. Yeah, that's true. Well, he's closer to Miami, right? No mention of the Dolphins. I wanted to hear a little bit about that, Gerbic. There's the Sun Valley, Phoenix, Arizona. How you doing, Leo? You getting into them samples yet, brother? Hope you are enjoying them. There's Mike out in Maryland. What's up, buddy? Good to see you again, sir. And Mike gave me the heads up that he is starting to see the Lafroig 10 cask strength batch 15 showing up on the shelves. As you know, I'm eagerly anticipating that one, as I think it is going to be the statement of where that line is going. Batch 13, the double batch last year. 13 was good. 14 left something to be desired. Bourbon tonight. Bardstown Bourbon Company. Nothing wrong with that. Ontario's in the house. What's up in Canada, brother? Mr. White's here. Nice to see you. East Texas. Woke up to 55 this morning. Drank coffee for the first time in a while outside. Very nice. Glad to hear that. Daniel joining us somewhere near the Louisiana-Texas border. Nice to see you, man. Brad Porter, what's up? Not drinking tonight, so I thought I'd come by and have a dram vicariously. Cheers. Hey, man. We can all have one for you there, sir. Greetings to Muser and the Malt Mongrels. It's the other troublemaker out there. Los Angeles holding it down. Cohen, what's up, man? Exciting news for you. Found myself a Port Charlotte SC01, which I know you have been pulling on my coat about. Maybe seeing a whiskey review or an uncorking on the live show of that coming pretty soon. Yeah. That was definitely a destruction. No doubt about it. And Demon Hunter up there in Alberta. What's up, man? Canadian crew in the house. Good to see folks. All right. We got. Can't wait for the 15. Yeah, me neither. It's going to be an interesting one. Let's launch into you, Ben Demon Hunter. We got 16 folks in the house, so let me just set the table a little bit. First of all, a little bit of housekeeping coming your way. whiskey review this week. You know, I know I was talking big game about I was going to drop that Longmorn 16 review. It's bumped out another week. This week, Whisky Isla cask finish. So the peat is just continuing all through the week here on Malmuser Whiskey Reviews. Whiskey from Japan, finished in Isla peated cask. Might have opened that one live together sometime back in I don't know, 2021 maybe. Well, full review of that is going to drop on Friday. Patreons, of course. It's in your inbox right now. Don't leave though. Check it out later. So here's what we got going on tonight. Lagavulin, part of the Talisker special release of 2021. This is the Lagavulin 12 years old, cask strength, flaming lion. Oh my, oh my, oh my. Our fiercest and smokiest Scotch, the King of Isla, proclaims Lagavulin. Well, historically, yes, they are known as the King of Isla. Is this whiskey going to be the king of 12-year-old cask strength Islas from Lagavulin? We'll see. Whee! Let's get some of this in the glass. I'll give you the tail of the tape. We'll talk Lagavulin. We'll talk Diageo. We'll talk special releases. We'll talk prices of 12-year-old Lagavulin cask strengths. Everything coming your way. I'll leave this bottle out in just a hot second. Flaming Lion sounds like shooting. Yeah, right. Okay, y'all. So, yeah, it's going to be a PD day. We're going to do this, and in the second half of the show, if you caught in the description, I am once again delving in on the deep end to into Kilchoman, a sample generously provided by our good friend of the show, Mr. Daniel H. It's another Kilchoman. Is it going to be good? Am I going to like it? I don't know. As you all know, I have mad respect for Kilchoman, but I don't particularly care for their whiskey for the most part. Andrew Page has sent me some samples of some stuff. Daniel, other folks, for the most part, they're a miss for me more than a hit. We'll see if that changes today. We'll talk Kilchoman later. First, though, I'll stick with a real Isla whiskey. Ooh, shots fired. Lagavulin, motherfuckers. Lagavulin's 12-year-old single malt Scotch whiskey. Look at the bottle. It's gorgeous. I can't say. So, look, Diageo did a whole bunch, I don't know what you want to call this theme last year, but let me just set this all up. So if you've never heard of this before, so first of all, Lagavulin Isla Distillery, heavily peated single malt, 16-year-old, ubiquitous, probably one of the most famous Isla Scotch whiskeys there is. Every year they put out a limited release of a 12-year-old cask strength. This whiskey, for the most part, has come in a typical Lagavulin black box, kind of like the ones you see back there. But the last couple of years, they've been putting out more decorative releases. And again, the deal with this is basically, this is not just an annual release for them. Everybody owned by Diageo, which is Lagavulin, Kalila, Cardew, Talisker. We can go on and on. Most of the distilleries owned by them, Kinchy, they put out a special release every year. Okay. Much like their distillers editions, but this one is usually something that's cask strength or a little bit higher ABV. Blah, blah, blah. The 12-year-old cask strength from Lagavulin here, this is the 2021 release. So it's the newest one. This is the tail of the tape according to the bottling. 56.5% ABV. 12-year-old. Natural cask strength from exclusively refill casks. Bourbon. Nothing else on the back. There's a whole bunch of writing on this colorful tube. Let me see if there's anything interesting here to share. Unless you want me. Okay. So let me just give you the story on this. The Lion's Fire, it's called. As our fable goes, the King of Isla, seen upon the crest of Lagavulin, was no ordinary feline, but a lion rampant who prowled the grounds of an Isla castle, a fresh victor intense in power and pride. This brooding and battle-worn beast won its crown through flame and ferocity and came to represent one of Scotland's most fiery distilleries. that's the story behind the lion. Lagavulin's label is a lion. You can see that on older bottlings. You can even see it here in gold right next to my finger. So look, that's the deal. It doesn't tell you anything else on this. It doesn't say if it's got a natural color. It doesn't say if it's not chill filtered. I assume that it is natural color and non-chill filtered, but Diageo, notorious for fake color. Tough to say. And why would they chill filter a cask strength whiskey? I don't know. It says natural cask strength, but look, if they don't say it, I don't believe them. It's just the way it is. Once again, that is the bottle. And that's the color, which, I'm sorry, that looks as natural as it gets to me. Let me know in the chat. Have you had this one before? Do you have any opinions about Lagavulin's 12-year-old? I know some people do. Recent batches have garnered mixed reviews. I do, in full disclosure, own a 2013 bottling, a 2018 bottling, and I believe I just finished the 2019. So I got a couple of these. And look, I think they're awesome. Will this one be any good? We'll find out. I did have a sample of the 2020. I'll talk about comparisons after we get into this. So enough talk. I see folks chatting about Lagavulin, dropping some knowledge. I always wanted to try the 12 Oban peat strength release. Yeah, I hear you. 15 months. Yeah, okay. We've been talking about the Kilchoman since for years. I've hyped it up. Time to see if it competes with the Mockerbeg cask. Yeah, that's going to be a fun one. Hey, Daniel's got some in the glass now. Yeah, running. There you go, right? Lafroig is now the king of Islay since Charles is the king. Yeah, no kidding, right? Lagavulin 1217 got me to fall in love with Islay, but the high cost means I purchase it once every 2-3 years or so. Man, you speak truth. All right. So before we get into this, to what our good friend Leo just said out there in the desert. In earlier times, even just 3 years ago, these were $110. These were $120 maybe. These are about $150 now. I did pay a pretty full price for this. I wasn't happy about it. And honestly, folks, I think I paid $140. So honestly, this is a make or break for me probably just because I think the prices of this is getting pretty outrageous. I do think this is probably the best mostly available Lagavulin whiskey you can get. But we'll see. Here is that color, which again looks pretty freaking natural to me. Hey, Winston, what do you think? Are you the king of Islay? No. You're the court jester of Islay. It looks like you're afraid of it. Okay, so here we go. On the nose, Lagavulin, 12 years old, 2021 cask strength. Boom, boom. The fiery lion. Here we go. On the nose. My. This is a heavy smoky whiskey. Fresh peat. Any of this surprising so far? Shouldn't be. Let's talk a little bit more about what else is going on in here. And there is a lot. So this is all bourbon cask. And it's showing up in the form of kind of vanilla. There's apple. There's pear. There's some other juicy fruits in here that I can't even quite put my finger on. Subtle, but they're there. There's a fresh barley note, honeyed a little bit. Okay. There's a nice little rounded edge of sweetness coming around. But again, this is sweet and spice and sweet and smoke. Or I'm sweet and oak. It's basically what you're getting here. It smells fantastic. No compromises. Just full on, full throttle Lagavulin whiskey. Here we go. I'm going to give it a taste. Salance y'all. Happy Tasty Tuesday. Here we go. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yep. This is, oh, this is good. Winston, he's hanging out now with the king of Isla, the new king, Lefroy. He is the Carch's cat after all. He's sleeping. He's not fazed by all this Lagavulin talk. He thinks we're all suckers. All right, one more neat sip and let's talk about it. Okay. Oh man. This is awesome. Okay. Where do we begin? First and foremost, if you have had the 2019 version or the 2020, I tended to find those to be much more spirit driven, much more fundamental and elemental, which I don't necessarily think was a bad thing. Some people did not enjoy that very much. I believe Ralphie had a great review of the 2019. Some other folks not so much. This is bringing back a much more cask balanced approach. And when this hits the palate, it is full flavor, of course, at cask strength. Pretty medium on the viscosity, but a ton of just sweet, almost Sauternes level sweet yellow fruits, orchard fruits. Okay. And that's, of course, contrasting with billowing fresh oak, peat smoke, white chocolate, dark chocolate. There's a little bit of brininess that you can definitely taste on the tongue on the end. I'm not saying that's because there's sea salt in it that's blown in from the ocean. It's the sodium buildup probably in the cask. I feel like the casks and the spirit are more in balance on this one, which I think, well, I personally enjoyed a little bit of the imbalance we found in those in the last couple of years. This is about a return to form in a way. The finish just goes on forever. You're getting some light vegetal notes, sweet, smoky, savory, meaty, mouth-watering. Awesome. This is better than in my opinion, just off these couple sips that I've had. And in full disclosure, of course, I did have a couple over the weekend watching my Green Bay Packers get their asses handed to them by the Vikings. Enough about that though. I didn't get to fully appreciate it like I am now. There is a nice just orange marmalade, pear texture and flavor to this that is just really, really nice. It almost has borderline tropical fruit notes, which is something you usually don't see on one of these. I think outside of, something this young. And this finish is still going. Dark chocolate vanilla, and it's creamy, it's sweet, it's freaking great, man. This is great. Again, I think this is a return to form compared to so this reminds me more of the 2018 than the 19 or the 20. Those were much different. And again, I think more spirity. I liked it, but it was not. This is more, I don't know, traditional for what I expect from them. But they hit the nail on the head on this. Oh man. There's a meaty quality to this that's almost like braised beef kind of thing. I know it sounds crazy, but it's what I'm getting. But all in all, sweet, yellow fruits, orchard fruits, lemon, honey. That's what you're getting on the sweet side. Fresh cut oak, smoke, dampness, slight brininess on the spicy oak side. Incredibly long finish. Absolute winner. I'm going to do one more neat sip here. We'll put some water on it. Oh, man. God, that's good. I almost want to compare this to the 2013 that I have. This is okay. Chili. There's the chilies. It took a while, but I'm getting them now. And again, that's maybe showing a little bit of the youth, but man, this is awesome. This is what I expect. I think. Well, I enjoyed the 19. The 20 I could have done without. I enjoyed the 19, but what I like about this is just this is going to be something I enjoy more consistently. That other one was really busy. It took a lot. This is a step up, no doubt. Okay, let's try some water. And do let me know in the chat if any of you have had this or if you have opinions on it. I'm going to do 4 drops of water on here. Oh, man, this pepper and sweetness is just... Man, this just makes you want to sit outside at a nice fall campfire, man. It's got a relaxed vibe to it, man, because I think the casks are just a little bit more active. The casks are more active, and they are just rounding this very intense whiskey off a little bit. That kind of makes it a relaxed sipping drink in a way for such a heavy dram. I mean, for peat heads. There's the vegetal note. It's much more earthy and vegetal with water. Man. Fuck. I'm going to tell you right now, when this hits the palate, it's like instantly amazing. It doesn't even take a second. It's like the second you taste this kind of sweet, smoky, briny combination that this whiskey has, it's just like instantly near perfection. God damn. I am really impressed with this. This is... God, those bourbon casks too, they're not overpowering this. It's not like it's a first fill situation. They're bringing more than I think the casks have in recent years in terms of their influence on the palate on this, but this really does just like, it just cuts those edges down a little bit and just makes this a more relaxed, delicious experience. This is a 4.5 out of 5 whiskey for me. I mean, that's prelim score. I'll do a full review, but I'm sitting here right now and dead eye look at you and say this is a 4.5 whiskey. 93, 94 right there. It's that good. The only thing that sucks about it is the fact that, 3 years ago, this was like $110 and now it's $150. I almost think this is worth it at $150 for this bottling. This bottling in particular. I paid like $140 for this, which, I looked away many times. The same with the 2020. I was like, I'm just not going to do this. But man, this is stunningly good. The finish is still going intensely since I've been talking. It's just intense. It's rich, malted milk balls, chocolate, vanilla, all sorts of vanilla, French vanilla, like the creamy ass French vanilla. And then just that earthy, vegetal smoke. Man, I'm going to have to get another one of these. There's just no doubt about it. Look, don't let the gimmicky label on this. This is like scare you off, or the last couple of years, which have been, folks have had strong opinions on. This is a major winner. I don't know how this doesn't make my top 5 whiskeys of the year this year. It's that good. I'm trying to think of something that I could compare this to, like, outside of Lagavulin. This is, what? Oh, shit. I don't have it. Oh, well. sometimes you just got to put your hands up and just be like, this, just let this whiskey flow for itself and speak for itself, man, because that's exactly what this says. This is a 4.5, and I'm not even embellishing on this, man. I'm telling y'all, this is stunningly good. God damn. Winner. Lagavulin, 12 years old. Special release 2021. Bottled at 56.5% ABV. Some of y'all may notice the similarity between this and the Lafroig 10 cask strength batch 14. But what this does and that doesn't is like this doesn't take over the show with the casks. That was the most simplistic of the Lafroigs that I've had in a long time, and a real disappointment. I'm so glad that this one has turned the corner. Now, this is $60 more, but this is seriously good. I'm not even joking, y'all. 4.5. It's totally fair, even at that price. This is worth it. All right. I'm going to stop gushing over this Lagavulin for a second and catch up on the chat. Fuck. That is serious stuff. All right, let me catch up here. We got 15 folks in, so which is awesome, man. What's up, y'all? Hey, Whiskey Nose. What's up, Marty? How are you? Shit, man. Winston is the top of Cat Sanctuary. Cat Sanctuary. Yeah. Totally. Okay. You know what? I think you're right. Now, I can't compare it to the 14 because the 14 is gone. But let's go to the last released good Lafroig 10 cask strength, which is the 13. Yeah. I'm just going to do a little splash here really quick, just to, wow, I'm almost out of this too. The 14 is gone, not because it's good. It's because I took it to multiple camping events this summer and was like, here, drink some of this. Not that it was bad. It's just disappointing. All right. Just really quick. Oh, man. This just smells more complex. The Lafroig just has more, like, it just seems like there's more going on. It's not as loud somehow as the other one, but fresher, but it does not skimp on the richness at all. In fact, I like the richness of this one more. It's darker, it's less vanilla and more like chocolate and brown sugary. Look, shit. If you put both of them in front of me on a shelf at these prices, I'd buy the Lafroig. But it does taper off a little quicker than the Lagavulin, actually. But again, these are both Class A whiskeys in terms of cask strength stuff off Isla. You're hard pressed to find better, in my opinion. But I still feel like the Lafroig just like, look, this is $85, right? This is a fucking $150. I'm sorry. But both stellar. This one's probably right in that 4 or 5 range for me too. I'll be honest with you. Maybe 4.25. It's like right there. It's just got a little bit more range. It's not so much cask, or it's not so much vanilla off the cask, is what I'm saying. But you know what? You pour these blind, and who knows? They're right there. Wow, that's good. All right. Can't get carried away here. Gotta keep it on manner mode. We got another whiskey to taste later. Oh man. God, batch 13. I really hope that it's not the last good batch. And the batch 15 that Mike B just said that he is seeing, that's gonna be the sign, y'all. Because batch 14 clearly to me looked like a rushed, shittier casks. Tough indication, a potentially bad omen of what's ahead with Lafroig's 10 cask strength releases if they go to 2 a year, which they did last year. Let us hope that is not the case. As soon as I can get 15, I'll try it. But man, this batch 13 was killer. All right, that's that. Man, it's a little bit more vegetal. I don't know. Whatever. Let's continue on. Best lag in years. Top D, what's up, man? Yeah, you're absolutely right. Freaking killer, man. Killer. 19 and 20 were god-awful crap. I don't know. 19, I think, is debatable. The 20, I didn't have my whole bottle, so I couldn't drink a lot of it. But the 19 was different. Not what I expected. Yeah. 18 and 16 on the more traditional profile. 18 and 21 on the sweet side. 19 and 21 are crap, like Numic. 18 I have. I also have a 13. I should get into that. Yeah, I should. I might save that for a review. I haven't opened that 13 yet, I don't think. I never had 17. I had 18. 18 I thought was pretty good. Yeah, this is good, man. Yeah, totally. I get it, man. I totally get it. I totally get it, bro. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, the earthiness, right? It really came out. All right. Dude, you're not lying. Yeah, no kidding. Not lying, pun intended. I didn't expect this to be as good as it is. I feel better about paying for it. 140. Yeah, I was shipping. It was like a 158, something like that. Yeah. Yeah, nothing's apples to apples. I agree. I mean, look, I'm just saying, you want a bourbon cask, heavily punchy, cask strength, Isla whiskey. Lafroig 10 to me is still the king. Although this Lagavulin, it may be dethroned. Let's just put it that way. It may be totally dethroned if this batch 15 comes out and it's anything like 14. Then we can say, look, they've definitely taken a step back on the quality. It is moving towards a more mediocre, above average, but mediocre in comparison to the legacy that is the Lafroig 10 cask strength, in my opinion. Totally. Yep. We should do that sometime. Yeah. Fair point. Eric, if you were buying at the bar, which would you pick? Probably the Lagavulin, just because it's harder to get. But look, I mean, this is a yes and, not an either or, I feel like. That's how good I think both of these whiskeys are. The batch 13, which you can still get, by the way, from last year. This is the January 2021. This is a yes and situation with the Lag 12, not an either or. But if you have to get one, I'm just saying you're not losing a whole hell of a lot by spending $65 less and getting a Lafroig. Like, you're really not. It's the batch 13 is that good. The 14, that one I feel like, you are losing a bit more. And we'll see what the 15 is all about. I hope that's true, man. I really, really do. Yeah, we're going to get on to that. So, yeah, folks, I took your advice and picked up the Ben Romick 10. We'll crack it this weekend. Right on, Kenneth. Good choice. Good to see you, man. Yeah, you're going to be... Yeah, organic is... Honestly, the organic was good too, but no, start with the 10. I'm telling you, at 43%, that whiskey punches above its weight, man. It really does. I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised. I'll be really, really excited to hear what you have to say about that. Well, I'm drinking the 13 right now. Much more ash and dirty. Good dirty. Oh, shit. Okay. That's great to know, man. Top D's got the 13 in hand, my man. No, he's a good. Okay. So Daniel's already trying to temper expectations with the Kilchoman. So we're going to get into this Kilchoman, which he says, I better effing like it or else. Tongue in cheek. Okay. We're going to move on. I do want to just say what's up to the 15 folks in the chat. Thank you. Smash that thumbs up. I do always appreciate that. Of course, whiskey review dropping this Friday. Oishi, whiskey from Japan. Be all proper about it. Isla cask finish. So, man, it's all Isla today. We're going to move on to another Isla whiskey right here. I'm going to drink a little bit of this Glencadam 10, which I will be reviewing soon. Yes. I have with me here a nice Kilchoman. A nice Kilchoman provided to me generously by Daniel H. Thank you, Daniel. I'm going to get this in a glass here. What we have is Kilchoman Specs Pick 13-year, 56.1% ABV. Looking at it, it's probably an all bourbon cask, but I do not know. Maybe Daniel can enlighten us. Specs Houston First Fill Bourbon. Okay, great. So, as y'all know, and this has become kind of a running little inside thing with folks on the channel, I am not the biggest Kilchoman fan. My opinions on Kilchoman are this. I respect their process. I respect their disclosure. I respect their whiskey. I think they make really good stuff in a quality way. I personally just do not ever find myself gravitating towards their stuff. I don't particularly enjoy... well, I find it a little acrid. I find it a little hollow sometimes, and not bringing everything it can to the table. I feel like there's gaps in it. It just doesn't work well with me. I don't particularly enjoy their stuff. The ones that I do like, to be positive, I like the Lagavulin. I like the Mocker Bay cask strength. I have one of their USA batches, batch 3 of them with port, which I quite like. But in contrast, I don't really care for the Saneg. I don't really care for the regular cask strength that they did back in the day. The 100% Isla doesn't really do it for me. A lot of their like PX cask, Pheno cask, this cask, that cask has never really done it for me. The finishes, the finished casks that they seem to put out a lot of. Their recent USA batch with Sauternes didn't quite do it. The Sauternes doesn't quite do it for me. It's just it feels weaker flavor wise than it should be to me. For the ABV that they put it at, which is great. The non-chill disclosure, and again, they have younger whiskey. They're a younger distillery. I'm not hating on them. They're just don't quite do it for me. There's another distillery that doesn't do it for me. Talisker, for the most part. Don't really care about Talisker. Don't want to drink much Talisker. Don't buy much Talisker. It's just fine. It is what it is. There's exceptions to everything. So I am not a hater on the distillery like I would say I am about like Dalmore or like, you know, something like that, which is easy to just, you know, clearly a lot of problems with Dalmore. So all that said, we're gonna go another round with Kilchoman. I'll be as fair as I can, of course. I'm not going in with any presupposition opinions on it, despite Having had some experiences with these in the past, these single barrels that just, especially at the price they charge for some of these, but it is what it is. I do want to thank Daniel. I just bought an Ugadal for the first time, says Brett. Wow, that's sad. Oogie. I know what you mean. It's right when you get that first development, and then there's this open space, and then the finish. You're just kind of like, wait, was there supposed to be more here? So I get that with Kilchoman all the time. New York City's in the house. What's up, brother? Good to see you, man. Okay, so here we go. Thank you again, Daniel, for this generous sample. 13-year-old Kilchoman, y'all. This is probably the oldest Kilchoman I've ever seen. I think I had a 12 from Andrew Page once. Anyways, I'm going to just assume this is non-chill filtered natural color because Kilchoman don't mess around. First fill bourbon, according to Daniel. This is a Specs barrel pick, 13 years, 56.1% ABV. And it is the Daniel H. You Better Fucking Like It Kidding edition. You didn't even need to throw the kidding in there, bro. Appreciate you, brother. Okay, here we go. On the nose. It smells like a Kilchoman to me. It just doesn't. Their peat just always smells the same to me. It's vegetal. It's organic. It's very it's like you pulled it out of the earth and it's holding it in your hand. That's the way it smells to me. Nice honey, cereal grain notes. Actually, no, I'm going to take that back. It's not cereal grain. It's something else. I think it's just vanilla. Yeah, I was going too deep. Vanilla, honey, fresh peat. A little bit of orange. It smells nice. Okay, let's give it a taste. Salon check. Kilchoman, 13-year-old first fill bourbon single cask. Ooh-wee. Whoa. Mm-hmm. Oh, shit. Yeah, okay. This is a good one. Hang on. I got to do one more sip of this. This is by the numbers. Vanilla, honey, slight baking spice. So you're kind of getting sweet, a little bit dry, a little spice. Rich. Seamless transition into the finish. I mean, it's not even like, with a lot of peated whiskey, you sip and it's like sweet, peat hit, finish. This is just sweet peat all the way through. There's no big punch. It's just the punch is there the whole time. Really interesting. Finish is long. Lemon meringue pie kind of thing. There's a bit of this sweet ooh, a little bit earthy, a little bit chocolatey. All in all, lighter flavor profile than the Lagavulin. It doesn't have as many of those dark notes, but this is a rich, just straight up first fill peated bourbon cask, first fill bourbon cask, peated malt, rich, no BS, super tasty. This is one of the better Kilchomans I've had. And if this is, now I know this was a special pick from a place in, where was it? Houston? Probably, yeah, because they get a lot of these on there. I know that but this 13-year-old, if this portends what we can start expecting from them as the age increases on their malts and their whiskey, on the whiskeys they release, I may finding myself more interested in them. The issue with them could simply be that it's just been It's just been like lower, or I'm sorry, it's just been younger stuff. Interesting thing about them is that so they are rapidly expanding. I think they just got a couple $1 million to I think they're expanding their production by like 43%. So there are going to be a lot more Kilchomans out there. Maybe it'll be more available. I hope that they keep the aged stock. You know, they do vintages. I mean, they do things right. So this is really good. This is also, I mean, this is, look, it's not super complex. I don't feel like this rises to the level in just like the interesting complexities I've got out of the Lagavulin or the Lefroy. But this is just a straight monster, kick-ass, heavy bourbon cask, peated whiskey. Imagine this is probably around $140, $150. That vanilla note is clean. It's like vanilla beans, man. It's like holding vanilla bean pots. It's so clean. It doesn't smell overly sweetened like sometimes you get on some of the vanillas when they're mixing with other notes, particularly in bourbon. And this is just doing what it does at a really high level. It's a 4, man. This is a 4. This is an 89, 90. Come on, it can't be anything else. Fuck yeah. What a great show, man. Just killing it with the whiskeys today. I'm putting a little water on this Kilchoman. Let me know in the chat, folks. You guys fans of Kilchoman? You got any that you are particularly enjoy? Like I said, my kind of favorite one was the Loch Gorm. Also like the Mocker Bay cast strength. I have a couple back from like 2016 on that we'll get into eventually. But boy, this is a really nice bottle. I want to thank Daniel again for this. I mean, this is a 4 out of 5 whiskey for me for sure. I mean, water's bringing out some lemon. I mean, this is not a like. This is not a like overly complex dram, but it's really, really doing great with what it does. Awesome stuff. All right, let me catch up. You were right, bro. 23 folks in. What's up, y'all? Smash that like. Say hello in the chat. Let me know where you're coming from. Happy Tasty Tuesday, y'all. I was drinking a 9-year Kilchoman single cast. Love the ashtray after a decent cigar. Yeah, man. I feel you on that. Northern California. It's our boy. The one and only Dram Dude. Check out his Instas, y'all, if you are not on there. The man is a savant with the camera. Yeah, seriously great mouthfeel. It's a fantastic whiskey. Yeah, we could do it. I'll pour a little more of that Lagavulin. Top D. You want to hear the dumbest thing I ever heard? Kilchoman told their tour people that their malt was best younger than 20 years old. No joke. I'll let you think about it. What? What? There's like a couple levels of dumb to that. Yeah, that's pretty absurd. 4? Maybe earlier. Let's take a look. Kilchoman Distillery. Oh man, you've cracked my shell of indifference to Kilchoman. 2005, buddy. Daniel, this sample has reignited interest. Yeah, they're expensive. Although they might be getting cheaper. They're up in production by 40%. So, yeah. But here's the thing. They don't put out a freaking 20-year-old whiskey, obviously. And most of these peated whiskeys, for people who like peated whiskey, there's merits to older stuff. But a lot of it is like younger peated whiskey, if you're going to have a young whiskey, a young peated whiskey is usually better than a young unpeated because, you're getting more of the intensity and less of the, the new make isn't as center stage on the flavor palette, I would say, than like, with like a space cider or something like that. Yeah. The person on the tour said he assumed they knew what they were talking about. Buddy, why would they? Oh man, that's good. It's good. I've not heard one quite that good. That's pretty good. Oh no, that was the Glencaddam I finished. Hey, Tennessee's in the house. I had their 16-year-old Fisio release. Good, but not world changing. You're talking about the Kilchoman one? Yeah, I've seen a couple of those. I haven't been on them, but this doesn't taste like a good cast drink Kilchoman. The dash of Balcones. I don't know for the Balcones, but I see what you mean. As it goes along, you get a little bit of that zest that the Balcones has. I feel you. Yeah, dude, you guys got to see his pictures of the 25-year-old Kilchoman that he's put up on his Instas, man. It was like the only bottling, I think. Somehow Dram Dude got his hands on it. Coates is in the house. What's up, man? Yeah. It's fine, dude. We're in good shape here, man. We're in good shape. Possibly. Good to see you guys. $2005. Yes. Coates is on it. All right. I am going to be very curious. Does anybody know when that's supposed to open? I keep hearing stuff and then it's not going anywhere. All right. Or I keep hearing that it's close, but I've never seen a fish. Yeah. Right. I know, man. I know. Look, I'm right there with you, dude. I'm right there with you. This one doesn't change, like isn't like making me love the distillery. Like I've said just before, I really respect what they do. I respect the way they do it. They're an integrity freaking operation, and Lord knows we need more of those. Their Loch Gorm is good. I've just never liked their stuff that much, and this is good. And we're gonna do as Mike B said, I'm gonna pour a little bit more of this Lagavulin 12 because I honestly, any reason to pour more of this 4.5 out of 5 Lagavulin 12 2021 is freaking worth it, because this whiskey is goddamn monster amazing. We'll just do a little bit next to the 13 Kilchoman, just for the hell of it, and then we'll move on to something else. Lagavulin, Kilchoman. Let's peep it out. And I was saying that I think the cask balance on the 12 Lagavulin this year was much more in line than the previous years. And when you compare it to this, it's like this is way more cask driven than Kilchoman. This smells much more like spirity and vegetal. God, and fruity. Yeah, I mean the 12 is, look, the Lagavulin 12 is just kind of spanning. There's just a lot more going on in it. I just bought a Port Charlotte SC01 and the Compass Box No Name 3. And now I feel like I have to spend some more money and get another one of these Lagavulins because this is so good. So good. That 4.5 stands on this prelim, but it stands. All right, Kilchoman. Okay. Here's the difference. I'm gonna put two bourbons in front of you. Four Roses single barrel and a Weller special, a Weller 107. The Four Roses single barrel is to the Lagavulin 12 cask strength, but the Weller is to the Kilchoman. Wheated bourbon, simpler, rich, good, enjoyable, sweet. Four Roses, high rye mash bill, range of complexity, a lot of different flavor going on, or whatever. We could say a barrel proof single barrel, whatever. If I was going to make a bourbon analogy, that would be it. Maybe not the best, but whatever. Off the cuff. Good stuff, Daniel. Tip my cap to you. This Kilchoman is really quite enjoyable. This is a peated whiskey. I feel like I could, again, it's very relaxed. I feel like I could really just sit down and sip this and not have to think too much. I feel like you could get somebody who's not a huge peat head into peated whiskey with something of this caliber. It's working. Specs pick. 13 years old. First fill bourbon cask. Nice stuff. Either my palate is just generous today, or we have just been drinking some stellar Isla whiskeys. All right. Let's do it, man. Yeah. Down Under's in the house. Hello. What's up? Oh, yes, it is. Yes, it is. It sure is. Boy, oh boy. Better late than never. I'm better late than never on this one. Fair. Good to see you, Scotch Down Under. Great to have you in the house. No, it's not that bad. I don't know the full reference, but dude, seriously. Look, I was hesitant. I was just like, I mean, look at it. Come on. This is what Lagavulin is classic, unchanging, like stalwart whiskey. And then you see it in a thing like this, and you're like, look, it's not that it's an ugly art, but it's not a Lagavulin, right? It's like, I'm not going to. After the last 2 years, which have been up and down, especially the 2020, I know folks got opinions on the 2019. I thought it was solid. Different, but solid. It was just like, I don't know. Am I really going to buy this? Am I going to risk $150 on this when I could spend $150 on? I could spend almost half of that and get one of these. No. But I did, and I'm glad I did. And wow, what a really nice whiskey. Again, so if you were just joining, folks, we got 23 in. What's up? Happy Tasty Tuesday. Malt Muser in the house. Chicago, Illinois. Winston the Whiskey Cat hanging over the Carchis. We're sipping good peated whiskey. What is good, everybody? Smash that like. Say hello in the chat. Let me know where you are coming in from. Give me a shout out to your location. Look, this was not on my radar. I have a couple other Lagavulins that are, I got some Jazz Fests and some Fish Seals and, some other fun stuff. But I didn't really, it was like, man, the 12's going by the wayside. It's too expensive. The 2020 was just not that interesting. The 2019 was interesting to me, but not really what I enjoyed the most about the 12 releases. So I was like, I think it's done. Well, I'm glad I changed my mind. And now I'm kind of kicking myself because I feel like I got to go hunt this bottle down and find more. It's that good. Again, my prelim score, I will do a full review. My prelim score, this is a 4.5 out of 5. Call it generous if you will, but this whiskey deserves it. This is one of the better Lagavulin 12s I've ever had. And I've had like 5 or 6. So I've had a decent amount. Good stuff. Good stuff. That I did not know. Oof, I hope not. Hey! Trooper, where are you, brother? How are you, man? Long time no see, man. Are you out somewhere in the Gulf, or are you on dry land, man? Good to have Trooper in the house. I didn't have it. Actually, yeah, no, and I'll never have it unless somebody wants to give me a sample. Fuck. Yeah, that was like the first thing, right? I would say. Yeah, that was a lot, man. Tejas. By the way, man, I just want to, Daniel, shout you out again, man. Thank you for that beer you sent. I am going to pay you back in kind, because this week, Hop Butcher around the world, which is arguably the best brewery anywhere, based here in Chicago, the mecca of beer, 169 breweries and counting here in the Chicagoland area. Just to give it a plug, if you are a beer fan, come up here. We can have a great time. They just put out a triple IPA that is just absolutely unbelievable. I'm going to run back there tomorrow and try and get another. They just released stuff there. It's all one-offs with them. They show up at this Binny's by me at like Thursday nights. I'm going to go back there and see if I can get another one. If I can, I'm sending you a 4-pack. So you got to have it. You need to hop on a few Scotch Down Under never-ending mornings. Dude, yeah, I'm in. Well, if it's a weekend, I'm game. I actually just watched one of your reviews recently. I think I commented on. I don't remember which one it was, but it was awesome. You guys are kicking ass. By the way, if you haven't yet, folks, take a second, give Scotch Down Under that sub, give Whiskey Nose a sub, give Top Shelf Dustin a sub, give anybody else in here need some shout outs? Who else gets a shout out here? Who else has got a channel that needs some, not that you need it, but show some love to some cool ass whiskey tubers who have taught me a lot. Yeah, that's right, man. I didn't feel like I knew it too. 15. I have a 13. I don't have any of those though, unfortunately. I know, man. I know. You know what I heard? That they're dropping the age statements on their distillery editions. Is that true? Now, well, let's be clear. The distillery editions are vintage statements, and they are not age stated. But look, the Diageo distillers editions, as far as I know, have always just been their classic core range malt with a finish. I heard it's not going to be 16 years old anymore. It's going to be like 15? What's that all about? Yeah. That's a bummer, man. All right. I'm probably a little bit behind. All right, check out the chat. Daniel H., the man, he's dropping the links for some of our good friends here who need. I don't mean need. Who you all should sub to if you haven't yet, because they're good people. They're good whiskey people. That's always too rich for my blood. I've had one. What? Oh, I could probably join as a guest at some point. I don't know if I can do 24 hours. I got obligations. We should connect over email, malt.muser@gmail. So it's just malt.muser@gmail. If you want to just shoot me a quick hello email, let's chat. Yeah. I would gladly come on and have a dram with you guys. That would be fantastic. Really? Yeah, waste a few minutes, Mike B. Again, I got to raise a glass to Mike B, man. Mike was up here in Chicagoland last week. We got to meet up at whiskey bar of sorts. It was Labor Day, so everything was pretty much closed, but we did go have a couple nice malts together and connect. And Mike, I think I'm going to open one of your samples here to continue things going here on the night. How's that sound? I appreciate, again, the generous samples you sent. Let me just take a quick look over here. Which one should we do? Oh, I'm really tempted by this Buna. Oh, there's a Springbank 21 Boutique Whiskey Company. Farkless and Wise. Okay, I think because we're going with the peat. Oh shit. Okay. Yeah. I can't do the Springbank right now. We're gonna do this is the Bunnahabhain 2018 Festival release Moynia, which means it's smoky. 11-year-old Oloroso cask matured 59.5%. This will likely do me in, but this should be awesome. This is a sample from our good friend Mike B. Thank you, Mike. Again, it was super cool to get to connect with you and hang out and have a couple beers in person in downtown Chicago. So let me crack this bad boy. Look at the color of that. Ooh. Buna. Let's check it out. All right. And Malmuser. Okay, Dustin, can you share a bit about how you know that? I mean, I've always just went off assumption, but I did read something this year where they were explicitly talking about it as a 15. Is it because of just the timing of the release? It's like they're off by a couple months or something like that? Or was it something more intentional? Right on, Mike. Cheers, man. There's Gary holding it down. San Francisco. What is up, friend? Great to see you, man. Oh, Malmuser. That is the whole point of Ken's live stream. People have on for 1 Okay, yeah, well, I'm totally in. Okay, you know what? Even if you don't email me, what I'll do is I'll just pop by. And at a time, and we'll figure it out. How does that sound? That sounds fun. I'd love to join you guys. I really enjoy your channel. Man, I'm getting far behind. High Times is selling that for 170. What's up with that? I just got one, man. We're gonna talk about it soon. The whiskey base tracks all this stuff. Not sure if they're dropping the AG. Okay, yeah, I hadn't looked at. Sometimes you get like multiple postings of the same whiskeys on there, which is like the only thing I find a little cumbersome with that website. Although, it's an authority probably more than anything else in terms of just getting a good sense of stuff. So yeah, I'll check that out. I just didn't know. Oh, Gary. Yeah. This is a 4.5 out of 5 whiskey for me, man. This 2021 Lagavulin. I don't know how this doesn't make it on my top 5 whiskeys of this year. That list is coming together, by the way, and I have and just for folks who know, like I usually only do it of whiskeys I review, not whiskeys that I'd like just crack on the live stream, because I want to give things full reviews before I'm like gonna throw them on there. But I think I'm gonna have a full review of this year. I'm into it. Yeah, like it's just a little like cumbersome, because it's like, sometimes you Google search for a whiskey and you're looking for, and it's like, I got to read through like 4 of these to see which one has the most posts, and like, I mean, it is what it is, but Coates. Coates, I love it, man. There's some standard release from Buna that's just called Moynia that I've never really, really loved. But I have, like the Moynia, the special release red wine Bordeaux, which was probably one of the best whiskeys I've ever had. That it was like a 9-year, the Bunnahabhain. It just absolutely kills. I think I had a couple other ones too that I've reviewed over the years, but I'd have to go take a look. And honestly, I'm a little tired. So let's just do this. Okay. So we're going to look at a more heavily peated Bunnahabhain. Again, thank you, Mike B. out there in Maryland for sharing this. This is the 2018 Moynia Bunnahabhain Festival release. They do a couple releases a year. I don't know if they always did, but they seem to be doing now a couple a year. This will be a heavily peated sherry bomb from Buna. You can't go wrong. Let's check it out. On the nose. Immediately, it's Bunnahabhain. Flinty, musty, dusty, like an old downtown bookstore, used bookstore, which is, and that's the note I get. I know I say that ad nauseum, but it's true. The sherry is subdued, dry. I'm more on the dry fruit than the fresh fruit side. So you're getting more of a spice savory kind of thing going on here. Yes, you bet. Good to see Trooper in the house. Oh, man. Rich, full sherry. The peat is an accent, not the main thing. Dark fruit, musty, dusty, flinty, Buna. Let's give this bad boy a taste. Festival 2018 release. Thank you, Mike, for the sample. Oh, that's so good. Ooh, spicy. Spicier than I expected. This is a really great bookend for all these bourbon casks because, and I'm going to give a shout out to Dustin if he's still in the house. This was a couple years back. I just always looked at peat as being the palate killer. And I was trying to, I think I was on with somebody else, probably my erstwhile Tuesday companion, Teller's the Whiskey Tech. And I was like, oh, should we do the sherry first or the peat first? And I was like, oh, I don't want to kill the palate, so let's do the sherry first. I think Dustin was in the chat imploring me, like, no. Most of the time, the sherry is what's going to be the one that kills your palate. And I was like, really? Compared to the peat? Come around, and I see what he was saying. So shout out to you on that top tee. It's true. The sherry, I think, does fatigue my palate a bit more than the peat does. And especially when you combine peat and sherry, like we've done here with this Moynia, like I don't know where you go from this. So really nice development here. Berries, dark berries, juicy berries, blueberry, raspberry, blackberry. Oh my. The peat is, again, it's not as much smoky as it is peaty. You get that effervescence. It's quite nice. Follows into a medium long finish. Vanilla, a little graham cracker, a little bit of chocolate syrup. Christmas spices. Really nice. A little bit shorter development than I expected, but I think this is only 11 years, right? Like that. These festival releases from Kilchoman or I'm sorry, from Buna are always a little bit on the younger side, but they still hit. And this one's really, really good. It's syrupy. All right, let's do one more sip neat here. I mean, it's Oloroso. Not super sweet. Every sherry's got sweetness, but this is the least sweet sherry whiskey I think that I've had from Buna. The peat that kind of effervescent, earthy sharpness, slightly seaside medicinal thing is blending really well with those dark fruit notes. We're on the dry side. This is just, it's a Christmas whiskey. This is a Christmas in a glass. This just, wow, really, really delicious, rich. I mean, there's not much more I can say about it. This is just almost what I expected. An easy 3.75 to 4 whiskey, I think, for me, depending on the price or something like this. But just a heavily peated Buna. They are masterful with the art of the sherry cask. They're not afraid to boldly put out sherry cask forward whiskeys, and this is another example of it. It still retains some of that Bunnahabhain character, which is something I really appreciate and enjoy about this. Really delicious stuff, man. Really delicious stuff. We'll put a little water on it, see where it goes. They really have never. Some of their core range stuff, the NAS stuff, leaves something to be desired. I mean, a Bunnahabhain with no finish is just a sad state of affairs. And I think that some of their NAS stuff kind of leaves you really wanting on the finish. This one, however, this is right in line with, even their 12, their 18, more sherry, of course, but some of their other fancy releases where it's just hitting all the right buttons. Man, that's nice. Brightening up a little bit with water. A little more citrus, more orange. I've been picking up orange and everything tonight, though. It could be something I ate today. I don't know. I had ramen, but I don't think there was any orange. Yeah, this is great. Tobacco note, that the tobacco was leathery. This is just a classic kick-ass high-end Buna. There's nothing else that you can really say about it. It's even got a little bit of barbecue character to it. Yeah, I think this is a 4 whiskey, man. A 4 out of 5 easily. The only thing you could change about this is to pull back the sherry a little bit. Man, that's good. That is awesome. That's better than good. It's awesome. For an Oloroso sherry bomb kind of whiskey like this, I mean, this is a quality example of a peated Oloroso whiskey. Personally, for me, look, at this ratio, I mean, this is like way full PX. I'm sorry, full Oloroso, which can be a little too much. I'd love to maybe see a little PX in it. Just to sweeten this up just a tad, lighten this up just a little bit. This is a heavy mother whiskey, man. But it's good. In like Buna, Buna doesn't play. Their festival releases, their higher end stuff is really where it's at with them. I've not messed around with a lot of their independent bottlings. You see a lot of these like signatory, 10-year-old 68% and stuff. I've not messed with those. I just don't know I can't imagine it's good enough. The heat's going to be so much that it would really do it for me, but it is what it is. This is a really good whiskey, and what a really great way to end this, what has turned into a hell of an Isle of Flight. We got 25 folks in, so yeah, maybe I should have one more dram. Shit. What time is it? I don't know where to go from here. You know what? I do know where to go from here. We'll do one more. Man, that's awful. I'm seeing out of the corner of my eye a bunch of really good Lecheg chat. We're going to do a Lecheg. What I got here, I think this is going to be the right way to go. What I have here is a Lecheg. This is a ink exclusive filled by Oliver McLean. 58.1% ABV, non-chill filtered, Marsala cask finished 2008. So this is a heavily peated cask strength Lecheg with a Marsala finish. And I think this one will meet the moment. So this is 12 years old. Or maybe 13. No, 12. The date got cut off a little bit, but this is 12. These are, I think, believe the distillery only release. I need to sweeten things up a little bit. Marsala is going to do that. Really nice Buna. We'll see how this one plays with it, but this is going to be. I love a Marsala cask, and this bad boy here again, yeah, non-chill. I do think they put color in it. This is 58.1%, 2008 vintage Marsala finish. I believe this was bottled in 2020, if not 2021. So it's 11 or 12 year. I don't know. Color's always debatable with those folks at Tobermory. I wish they didn't put fake color in. I'm not sure this is fake colored, but again, you don't know because they don't say it. They take the time to tell you that it's not chill filtered, which to me is more important. I'll take fake color all day over chill filtration, but we're going to swan song this live stream here with the Lecheg. I have been slowly sipping this really over the course of probably 6 months, if not longer. I like Lecheg a lot. Lecheg 18 is an absolute monster, fantastic whiskey, and great for the price. Lecheg 10 is killer, and thank you, Foodquig, for even telling me how to spell Lecheg or how to pronounce Lecheg, let alone to look for it. I have had a couple Tobermory's, which is their non-peated stuff. Tobermory is off the Isle of Mull, Scottish. I don't know. Tobermory's here nor there for me. But this Lecheg with Marsala, if you guys saw recently, I did a comparison of the Port Charlotte MC versus MRC 01, which were two absolutely killer whiskeys that need to be more available in the United States. Their Cask Exploration Series stuff is off the chain. And Cohen has been, one of our friends here in the chat, mentioning to me about getting the SC01, which is a Terran's cask. I did get my hands on it. But the MC01 is a Marsala cask, Port Charlotte, and it is unbelievable. You know what? It's so unbelievable that I think what we're going to do here is a little side-by-side. I think we're going to do a little side-by-side. What is going on with this chair? Okay, so the MC01, this is the Port Charlotte. This is a 4.25 whiskey for me. This is absolutely stunning. You can still get it. You should get it if you have. If you haven't, get it. I think a little sample of this next to this Marsala Lecheg will be a fun experiment. Again, gold standard approach is Brocolati when it comes to disclosure about what their whiskeys are all about. I commend them for this. So this one in particular, just make sure I give you the right info. It is 2009 vintage, I believe, bottled in 2018. So it's 19. So it's an 11-year-old, 10, 11-year-old. Okay. Yeah, 9 years aged. Non-chill natural. Because of course. So what does anybody think is going to win this? Oh, by the way, this is bottled at 56.3. It's a battle of the peated Marsalas. Port Charlotte versus Lachag. Marsala, one of my favorite wine. It's heavy, favorite finishes in a Scotch, heavy Italian, sherry whiskey. Oh, you know what? I should probably pour this before I put it back away. Brooke fricking Lottie. Okay. So let's do a little tiny sample of each of these. I'm putting my money on the Lachag to win this. I don't know why, but this is the Lachag. This is the Brooke Lottie. The Brooke Lottie is 3 years younger. These are both Marsalas. Okay, we're going to start with the Port Charlotte. I should say, price-wise, these are, I think the Lachag was a little bit more expensive, but relatively the same, around that $120 mark. Unmistakable Brooke Lottie notes. That kind of jammy nuttiness that you get from Marsala. Sweet, smoky, awesome. I did this in a comparison to the MRC01, which was a the MRC was red wine Bordeaux finished. This is, I think, full Marsala age. All right, here we go. Port Charlotte. I can tell you immediately that my 4.25 out of 5 was not conjecture and was not embellishment at all. This is so good. The only thing this suffers from is its age. You'd love to see 3 or 4 more years on it. Rich fruit, seamlessly balanced with that Brooke Lottie kind of farm note, heavy peat, smoky. It's got some chocolate notes as it goes into the finish. Mocha, coffee, ripe orchard fruits, berry. It's awesome. Really good stuff. Okay, on to the much darker and likely fake colored Lachag, 58.1%, so a little bit higher. Okay. The Lachag is twice as rich. Huge, heavy palate. A little bit more bitter and a little bit more, when that peat hits, it's just a different type. The Brooke Lottie is a little bit more refined, a bit more, what should we say? Kind of just homogenized. This is dirtier, it's heavier, it's richer. The palate between the two of these is almost like, it's almost like apples and oranges. The Lachag is the winner. I mean, it just is. I'm sorry. I mean, that's what I'm feeling right now. It is. So, if you've ever had a Glengaddy, and you remember how like rich, even the 12-year-old Glengaddy is, and it was kind of, to me at least, surprising the first time I had it. This Lachag is like that. You're just like, whoa. Where the Port Charlotte is really delicious, refined, meets all of the moments, delicious stuff made with quality. This Lachag is just more provincial. It's more nuanced. It's more, dare I say, like quality. If you like a richer whiskey, this one wins. Let's do one more sip neat. God, these are both so good. Marsala, if you like Marsala, you can't go wrong with either of these. The Port Charlotte is just a little younger. The youth is what's holding it back, I think. A couple more years on this Port Charlotte and it would kill. Yeah, Lecheg is the winner. This will be in my third and final sample giveaway for Patreon supporters. So if you're interested in making sure you're in that, join on Patreon. Sports Joe, you get yourself some early releases of reviews. You get exclusive reviews. Among other things, you get into this sample series. I will likely be, this is going to be in the third one of the year for sure. It'll come up in a month or two. Wow. What a great peated night. Appreciate everybody for hanging out. Happy hour has turned into happy hours. And every day ain't Saturday, unfortunately. So I have to get myself moving to other things tonight. Good to see you, Greg McDonald, by the way. Appreciate everybody for hanging out. Again, thank you, Mike B. And Daniel H. for the samples tonight. Please hit that thumbs up on your way out the door. Oishi, Whiskey from Japan, Isla Cask Finish review will be dropping Friday. Everybody stay safe, be well, man. Much love to all of y'all. And I'll catch you next Tuesday. If I don't see you sooner, on Saturday on Scotch and the Bayou's 24-hour live stream. You can probably imagine me popping in there sometime around late morning, early afternoon, Central Standard Time. Everybody stay safe, man. Much love, everyone. Take care.